All righty. Now, about maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, even, I got a video of a program called AAS. Now, make sure you get the A's in the right place and don't get the S out of place because it could be ugly. But anyhow, we had taken a look at it about, like I said, about 3 weeks ago. I really think we got something here, but I would caution everyone on the fact that I think this one has some longevity into it, but I would strongly, strongly advise, if you're going to play the game with this, that you make sure that you get your seed money out, as quick as you can. You don't have to put a lot in to get started with, just to, make sure that we're not investing more than we are willing to lose. So I would give this one, like when I look at Novatech and some of the other ones, I give that a low risk. I'm going to give this one a mid risk. Let's have a listen.
Good evening again. Welcome. Thank you for being here. My name is Donna Allen. I'm the Executive Director of Impact. For the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you what I truly believe will be impactful to your financial future. We call this the race to retirement. It is a place where financial literacy has an instant impact. I'm going to prove this concept to you over the next few minutes. I'm going to get right into my presentation. Again, thank you. Welcome. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. Let's talk a little bit about who we are, where we came from, what our mission is, why do we even exist here as an organization, and what is our purpose? Why did we choose this model to present to each and every one of you? Impact stands for making profit a constant thing. We are a nonprofit organization. Our nonprofit organization is here to assist as many people as we possibly can. We want to make a major impact on the lives by delivering financial literacy and education through our Impact Academy, through our hands-on financial literacy workshops, which we're going all across the country to make sure that we can present the information that we have to everyone that truly, truly needs our help. Our president, Mr. Mark Fuller, Mr. Rupert Rose is our vice president, and myself, Donna Allen, is the executive director. We have programs and services. Just to give you a partial listing of the services that we offer as a nonprofit organization, access to free grants. That's going to be so exciting when we release this information to you. Affordable housing, business setup and funding, charitable services, credit restoration, Earn Profits Daily, which we're going to be talking about today, financial literacy workshops, insurance planning, retirement planning, and tax consulting, just to name a few. You can join us and qualify for all these services for a one-time $50 registration. As a subscriber, there's no monthly fee. You have total access to all the services that I just presented to you here. We also are very proud of our Young Entrepreneurs Academy for our young adults who have an entrepreneurial mind, where they want to develop, they want to generate business ideas. We help them to choose a business name. We literally help them to launch it. We talk about how to fund their ideas. What I like most about YEA is we literally take them through their own separate academy, and they even earn real-time money. That's really impressive to the young adult who wants to launch an idea and just don't know where to start. So you can go to impact2u.org, register your young adult as a YEA member. They have to be referred by someone. So all it takes is a $50 registration. We put them in, and we'll be talking about the benefits to that. My time with you over the next few minutes is to literally spend a few minutes on the growing your money side of our nonprofit organization. Growing your money has never been easier than it is today. Simply join the community race to retirement, and we're going to actually walk you through how to actually do that. We're not going to focus our energy on how to make more money. There are lots of ways to make money. We all know that if you put your mind to making money, It's not a difficult thing to do to find those avenues. But we're going to discuss the secret to how to grow your money instead of just making money, because I think it's much more powerful when your money works for you. So if you allow us to broaden your understanding of the effect that this platform will have on your life, you'll find that the Race to Retirement, the program will provide an alternative solution to relieve some financial stress. I'm going to be talking about two things. How many people understand compound interest? Albert Einstein calls compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. But we've taken the power of compound interest and coupled it with a term called arbitrage. And if you don't know anything about arbitrage, make sure you go to Google, do your research, get the background information on it. It's been around for many, 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 many years. It has just never been made available to you and I at our level until just a few years ago. So even as we speak, we're the pioneers of this concept. If you're here listening for the first time, you're in a blessed position because this is at the forefront of something that's going to become a household name. Because when you can position people where their funds will not provide a loss and guarantee you profits every single day, you have to share this with everybody you know. Let's talk about compound interest so that I can put it in perspective for you exactly how to internalize these numbers I'm about to share with you. So I use the power of the penny so you can understand compounded interest. My question is, would you rather get a penny that doubles every single day for 30 days or $10,000 a day for 30 days? Well, the person who doesn't understand compound interest would choose that $10,000 per day every single time, because on day one, 1 penny becomes 2 cents on day two, whereas $10,000 given to you each day on day two is $20,000. Let's move on down to day 15. That penny that doubles every day will produce $163.84 compared to that $10,000 per day now has produced $150,000. The interesting thing about compound interest, if it's produced to you on a daily basis, the longer you compound, the larger that number becomes, such as this penny on day 16 is now $327.68, simply because on day 15, $163.84 doubled. So you have $160,000 because on day 16, $10,000 a day is $160,000. Let's move on down to day 30. That 1 penny that doubled every single day because of compound interest produces $5,368,709 from a penny, compared to that $10,000 per day producing $300,000. So that 1 penny produces over $5 million more than $10,000 a day. If you can understand how this simply happens through compounding, then you can appreciate what I'm about to share with you. But before I do that, I want to make sure you understand how arbitrage works. So it simply means that we take advantage of price differences across markets to make a profit, even if it's a currency, a commodity, or a security, or even a pair of sneakers. The price difference in the same product across different markets creates an arbitrage platform. So it's the price difference in these two markets that literally brings us a profit. So traders will buy the cheaper version, sell it at a higher price, and the profit is delivered to you in your account. And arbitrage, as I mentioned, has taken place for many, many, many years. You'll find the Federal Reserve, the banking system. So now you have the privilege to participate in an arbitrage environment, and it doesn't require a lot on your part. You simply make the investment. So now you have to take off the marketing hat. How many of us have been in organizations and companies where we were a marketer? We went out to sell and recruit. This is not a network marketing platform. You're simply an investor now. So if you never participated in an investor's platform, here's your opportunity to do it. Now, what's making it all possible for us today is a company called Afriq Arbitrage System. It stands for AAS. And let's talk a little bit about what they have to offer us. Well, it runs on ASI and HFT. This is the first time you've seen, if you looked at any arbitrage platform in the past, this one is very different because it's not only built on 100% decentralized trading platform, but it's built 100% on the blockchain, 100% proof of liquidity. That's important when you know where your funds are and that they're not in the same place where you're doing your arbitrage. You can feel comfortable knowing that nothing can happen to your investment. There's 100% smart contract. It makes 21 trades per day and it's 24/7 nonstop trading. Now let's get down to the meat of what literally will happen to you as an investor if you choose to take part in this arbitrage with compound interest platform. Now, as it stands, we started out as investors on January 1st, 2023, just 31 days ago. This platform went global. Now, it didn't just go global because it just overnight came about. It had been in a building stage since July of last year. Actually, before that, I became a beta tester with them. So I went through every inch and every day of building this thing out and learning about decentralized, learning more about the arbitrage from this perspective. So I'm very comfortable with what I'm about to present to you because I've seen it done already. I've seen it done amongst multiple people. So when you start out, we call it your initial deposit. It's your investment, and you choose the amount that you want to invest. The minimum is $20. So if you think about what could happen for you with a $20 investment, then you already know that there's not a high risk for what you put here. I'm going to give you some numbers on what that amount that you invest will produce for you in 90 days, in 6 months, and then 7 months. We have a compound calculator where you're able to play with the numbers yourself. I'll share with you exactly where to go to download that compound calculator so you can put those numbers in. We actually started this platform on the 1st of January at 1.65% per day. In about 10 days, we had over 3 million investors that joined the platform. So if you can imagine that over 3 million joined and invested here, what's going to happen in another 30 days? But the platform can handle it because it's designed to take in 100 million investors. And once it reaches 100 million, it will expand for another 100 million. So you don't have to worry about, do we have the capacity to handle this? Here's what's so interesting about this arbitrage platform. It will literally pay out permanently 5%. So when that 5% daily is put in place, you know, it's amazing how you can position yourself. Right now, we're on a rotator, and that rotator started out at 1.65%. On the 28th, which is just a few days ago, it was increased to 2%. And then on Thursday, it's going to increase to 3.5%. And then 2 days later, it's going to go to 5%. And that rotator will take place until that 5% is permanently put in place. So what I want you to know about these numbers, and I'm about to share with you, they're actually pretty low because I'm not taking into account that we're already receiving 2%. I didn't take into account the 3.5. I didn't take into account the permanent 5 until 60 days from now, which will be well into that 5% daily. So I want you to take a look at an investor who decides to invest $100. In 90 days, that's $1,205. In 6 months, that's $108,525. And in just one more month, that's $486,325. And in case you don't know how serious this is or how to put this in perspective compared to that penny, did you know that if you put $50,000 in a savings account at your local bank today, that it takes that $50,000 a whole year to earn you about $25? And I'm talking about
You know, because
$50,000 in a year. So compare that to compounding every single day, even if it's at 1.65% and never increase to 5%. So you're talking about $100 earning you $1,200 in 90 days when you couldn't get $25 out of 50,000 in your bank. What if you chose to invest $300 versus 100? In 90 days, it's 3617. In 6 months, that's $325,575. And in 7 months, that's $1.4 million. Let's just look at a few more. 500 produces 6,000 in 90 days, 542,000 in 6 months, 2.4 million in 7 months. And just look at a few more, 1,000, 2,000, and 3,000. And again, the compound calculator, you're able to put the number in. You don't have to start at 100 again. The minimum amount is $100. And look at 1,000, that's $12,000 in 90 days, 1,085,251. That's an opportunity for the average person to purchase a home without having to go out and get a mortgage. And in 7 months, 4,863,000. A lot of times we get the question, how can the company afford to pay out this type of money? And then the other question is, how long can this possibly last? Well, I want you to know that arbitrage is nothing more than finding a small discrepancy across different exchanges. It buys low, it sells high, and it delivers the difference, which is the profit, into your account. So even if you invested $20, the system is going to take your $20 from the moment that you invested in your account, and it's going to go out and it's going to use it to arbitrage with it, to trade with it. And it's going to come back in 24 hours and deliver you a profit every single day. If it doesn't find a profit, it will not use your money, so you cannot lose in this arbitrage environment. If it doesn't find a profit, it's not arbitrage. So there will always be an opportunity for arbitrage to exist, because there will always be discrepancies across markets for any type of product. We talked about a pair of sneakers. We talked about tokens. We talked about different things. We even can literally give you an example that if you went to Amazon right now and saw a Dell computer for $500 and went to eBay and saw it for $400, you would purchase the $400. But did you know that that discrepancy, that $100 in the difference in that price, is what arbitrage does? So that profit will be delivered to you, but you can't arbitrage as a human because your hands can't buy low, sell high quick enough to make that trade within nanoseconds. And that's what arbitrage is. Here's our rotator. 1.65 is where we started. We're right now in the middle of the 2%. And again, on Thursday, it's going to increase to 3.5. It says 3.2, but it's going to increase to 3.5. Then it's going to go to 5%. It's going to rotate. And literally, when the blockchain opens up for that change to be made, the compounding will be inserted, the internal transfer, and look out when 5% daily hits our accounts. Let's talk a little bit about the option to share. As I mentioned before, this is not a network marketing model where you don't recruit people. There's not levels, there's no titles, there's no monthly, there's no auto ships. You're simply investing. And as you invest, you have an option to share this with as many people as you like. And when you do decide to share, if you do, because you don't have to, everything that I share with you is in a passive environment. Once you become an investor, everything happens automatically. When you do share, you will earn 5% daily. See, in most markets, in most instances, when you refer someone, you get a referral bonus. Well, this is totally different. You're not getting a referral bonus. You're earning daily percentages off of the profits of their account every single day at 5%. And it's a one direct referral amongst everyone that you person refer. So let's talk about getting started, the first 48. We call it the first 48 because what you do in the first 48 hours after deciding that this information presented to you is very important. So the question is not, do I invest and do I have enough faith in this to even put $20 here? The question is, how much would you invest? What are you looking to do in the future? When you understand arbitrage and who's behind it and the transparency, because I have never experienced not one arbitrage platform where the CEO was visible, was transparent, that comes on, does what's called AMAs, asks me anything, presents information on a daily basis, keeps us updated on everything that's happening behind the scenes. So when you make a decision to invest, you're actually investing in a very safe environment, and you want to apply the strategies that's designed to create wealth. So you may forget what you learned, but you'll never forget what you understand. Our goal, our job, our mission at Impact is to provide the financial literacy so that you don't just get started, earn money as an investor, but you understand exactly what's happened. How do you audit protect yourself? How do you keep safe the money that you're going to earn? How do you legally have to put yourself in a position where you don't have to pay taxes? What good is it to make $1 million and you have to give up 30, 40, 50% of that in taxes when legally you don't have to? So our financial literacy platform provides you a lot of information because we all have a vision and mission and goals. And we even may have a strategy to accomplish those goals that we have for our life. But the action plan is what makes the difference. So we will assist you every step of the way as with the action plans and implement it. We have what's called the Race to Retirement Specialized Training. It's for our members only. So to teach you to register, fund, and withdraw is just 1% of what we have to offer. So if you have not became a subscriber to Impact, you definitely want to go to impacttonyou.org, join, fill out the registration form, select the top 3 services that you are interested in. We're about to go live here in a couple of weeks, and we're going to be positioning people all across the country for a financial literacy empowerment, setting you up. How do I set up a business? How do I do the things that I've dreamed about doing? It takes information, and that's what Impact does. Tomorrow at noon Central Standard Time, we have a private Zoom for only our subscribers. If you have not registered on the actual site, impacttonyou.org, you definitely want to do that. If you have subscribed, make sure you go to our Impact corporate number and send us your name, your email. It's not that we don't have it. We're just cross-checking to make sure we're not leaving anybody out. We do have some subscribers that have set up an account inside, but did not do the actual payment for the $50. Those will be deleted. So what's your next step? How do you get started? Well, first of all, you want to register your account using the link sent to you by your referral. The second thing you want to do is you want to go to the deposit inside of your back office, copy that wallet address generated, and make that deposit. Start your investment, because the moment that you do, you'll see that clock start counting down from 24 hours. And in 24 hours from that time that investment was made, you'll start to see your profits. Then the final thing you want to do that's important within that first 48 hours is to copy that deposit address from your exchange and paste it in your AAS withdrawal address. Why is that important? Because if you leave that open and you do not put a withdrawal address there, you know, hackers are all the time trying to get into accounts. They spent 3 hours today trying to hack into AAS. And that's why you saw the server kind of shut down, so that it's moving over to another portion of the server, because once they try to get hacked in, nothing happens. Your timer may go negative, but hey, we want you to know that this system will automatically trade for you 24/7. You don't have to worry about, is it working? Because the moment you make your investment, it goes to work. So I want to say thank you for taking time again, for joining us. Please get back with the person who invited you here. our team member thought enough for you to bring you on here early in the pioneering stages so that you can not only earn and create financial stability for you and your family, but connect with the people that you know who need financial help. It's time to take control of our financial future. When do you want to do it? You want to do it starting today. So again, you want to get back with the person who shared this with you. Let them know that, yes, it'll work for you. You're ready to get started. Get their link, get your account set up, and then let's get started. Let's get on this quest. Let's become an Impact subscriber so that we can start talking about financial literacy. How do you literally take all this information, internalize it, and learn not only how to put money here as an investor, what do you do with it? How do you prepare? Because our race to retirement is simply preparing you for the future so that you never have to worry about money again. We want to show you exactly how to put away enough money from this arbitrage platform that you can live off the interest and never touch the principal. So again, I want to thank you for your time. We're going to open it up. We're going to take some questions. God bless you. Prepare to prosper.